Alright, so today we are doing a vent clean, and we're also changing a thermal fuse on a Whirlpool dryer. Now your vent cleaning, or your vent, is a super important part of your maintenance. That's the vent itself. That's the vent that goes outside, goes up through the ceiling and to the roof. You can see how clogged it is. It needs a good clean. So what we're using here is nothing more than, you can pick this up at Lowe's, Home Depot, Ace, or I'll leave you a link in the description. And it's nothing more than a brush, and you get a drill and you insert the sections into the drill and you spin it. Now you want to be super careful as you do this. You have to make sure that your drill is turning clockwise. Super important. If you don't do that, you're going to end up leaving them up there, because instead of them being tightened as you turn, you're going to be reversing them. So they're going to be coming off up there. So be super careful. You can do this, get your venting clean nicely and very well, actually. So now sometimes you can see all the lint that's coming out, and I barely just started. So sometimes, not always, you might have to go to the roof. So be super careful. Now, I did not in this case because I didn't need to. Sometimes when the roof is a new roof, you will have a screen at the top of your vent, or I should say under the flapper. So you will have to remove the screen, which is nothing more than fine mesh. And what the mesh does, it literally keeps all the lint from going out. So you want to remove that and get rid of it. Do not put it back. So we're going to be speeding along and pretty much just going to let you guys enjoy the video. During the midsection, I'm going to be replacing the thermal fuse on the dryer. The reason for the thermal fuse to blow is because the venting was pretty clogged and the dryer was taking longer than normal to dry. So when that happens, I'm actually marking the rotational on these, and you can see the arrow pointing in the direction of rotation, which is clockwise. So pay attention to that. So when your venting is clogged and your dryer is taking longer and longer to dry, the heat builds up inside the blower housing. And what happens, the temperature is too hot and that thermal fuse will trip. When that occurs, your dryer will not turn back on. It will run once it's started, but it will not be able to restart. So if that happens to you, pay attention. If your dryer is taking more than an hour is pushing it. So you're looking at 60 minutes. If it's over 60 minutes and you have to put them back in, let's say for another 30 or 40 minutes, then clear indicator that your dryer venting could be restricted. Now, as the venting is being cleaned, you can see all the lint that's coming out, and all that is doing is trapping the heat from going out, so it has nowhere to go. It ends up backing into the dryer, on the dryer floor, sometimes on the element, depending on the dryer. Some brands will have a different setup, and the element is literally on the floor. In this case, on this unit, Whirlpool, it's on the back, so totally safe and totally out of the way. Now, we are also going to be cleaning this dryer. We're going to be taking it apart. We're going to be cleaning the back blower housing cover. And also we're going to be taking off the front of the dryer and cleaning it. So you'll see all that. Also, another good thing to do after you do the vacuuming is go ahead and either get an air compressor, or you can flip the vacuum around and turn it into a blower and blow the motor of the machine out. Make sure everything is nice and clean, and your dryer will work like it was brand new. Now, if you're going to be using the vacuum as a blower, you definitely want to make sure you close the laundry room door and remove any clothing that you might have hanging up. Otherwise, you're going to have dust over everything. So pay attention to that. Now, as you're back here on your dryer, of course, make sure you have the cover off. Now we're cleaning this venting as well, so you want to make sure you get everything. It's once you clean the vent, you have to clean that section as well. Now this customer did not have good clamps. All they had were those cheap squeeze, clamps. So get good clamps that's going to hold your venting on properly. Now we clean out the venting down there. Now we're doing a quick vacuum on the back end here, and after this we're going to be removing the blower housing and vacuuming that as well. You want to basically do a good clean, and all these things will mitigate your dryer running longer. It's going to mitigate any potential fire, and it's going to basically lower your energy bill because now your dryer is working better and running less. Look how clean that is. A lot better. A tiny little piece there. Don't worry about that. That's nothing. All right, so now we're going to be taking off the blower housing, removing 2 Phillips screws on the top, and I think you have 5 screws to the back here. And then you're going to lift up slightly and pull it out. Sometimes you'll have to lift the dryer slightly or tilt it forward just a little bit. And we're just using our brush and basically just knocking any lint that is on it. Now this one can also reach down and go pretty deep into the dryer, but you want to make sure that you remove it after you do that clean because you're going to have lint falling down onto the blower wheel, and you do not want that. So now I'm going to be vacuuming out and setting this aside. Now, here's something you want to pay attention to. This is your blower wheel, and everything seems to always want to end up at the blower wheel housing. Now, this portion is also very important, and you want to make sure you get all the lint from there. It has to be nice and clean. And that's where your filter or screen covers that. Now, this is your blower housing. There's a piece of, I forget what the thing's called, a hairpin or something. Use a magnet to pull it out. And I like to use something flat and just basically scrape along the bottom. Any lint that is baked on will be scooped up. So keep that in mind. Now that's the thermal fuse. That's the reason why I was called. And I talked to the customer and explained to her that your venting is restricted. And if we replace the part, I'll be back again to replace it again. So let's go ahead and do a vent clean, which she agreed. And that's it. So we're vacuuming in the back as well. Everything has to be cleaned. If you're going to do it, just do it. 100%. 100%. Now, when you put your back cover on, there are 2 tabs. Well, not really tabs. It's 2 sections on the back panel, and they basically fit into a little groove. And once everything is in that groove, you should be able to just set that cover against the back, and all your holes will line up properly. So sometimes you have to play with this venting in the back, so be mindful, take your time, get it on. So we're done here in the back, and we're going to set our cord down, and we're going to basically pull the top, and we're going to lift the top. You pull it forward as you lift up, or you can use a putty knife under those tabs. So disconnect your door switch. Now, guys, this is a really important thing to use. Just get a wire or a piece of cord, anything you want to use, and basically suspend the drum, keep it in place while lifting the front off. Now, look how beautiful that is. The drum is fully suspended. You do not have to remove it to do this maintenance. And you don't have to worry about putting the belt back on. Sometimes, if you're a homeowner, you may not be comfortable with taking the belt off. So with this, the belt or the drum stays suspended in midair, and you do what you have to do. All you need to do is put the front back on, connect your door switch, and you're done. So if you do want to remove the drum, you can do that. You can probably do a little bit better job by doing it, but not much better, because what you're going to do on this maintenance, we are vacuuming the floor. Then we're going to use the vacuum as a blower, and we're going to blow it out. We're going to blow out the motor. The motor is very important to make sure you remove any lint that could be caught between the, you may say, the centrifugal switch sometimes. So you want to get that out. So now we're using a screwdriver. I should have used a brush or something and scrub all that out, but nonetheless, the screwdriver did just fine. So once this portion is done, we're going to be blowing it, and we're going to be putting it back together and call this one fixed. So keep that in mind, guys, that you want to make sure that you do a good job so you can keep your dryer running good and for a long time. All right, so I think that covers everything on this. If there's anything else, we'll be jumping back in. This is the blowing section. If you're going to be blowing, make sure you either put a wet blanket over the entire dryer as you do this. That's one of the best things. Or a damp blanket, something big. Put a mask on and just blow away. You definitely want to blow, because these things get pretty, filthy or linty, if you want to say. And now we're doing a quick vacuuming. Make sure you vacuum the interior in case you have any lint. Don't forget to vacuum yourself as well. There you go. And one last vacuuming up top. And then you want to vacuum the bulkhead or the front cover. So down here you have two tabs. When you lower that cover or the front cover, and it sits right on it, and then you're going to have two 5/16 screws. Just be careful when you're doing that, you don't knock those clips. There's two clips up top that the 5/16 screw will go into, and if you slide too much, you will push them off, and then you have to go back into the machine. So now we're moving our drum holder, and it makes the job a lot easier. All right, guys, we're pretty much done. We're gonna close up. We got two screws to put in, Phillips, and we're gonna be checking the machine. So again, thanks for watching. Enjoy the rest of the video.